Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and in this video we're going to be talking about World of Final Fantasy. Yeah, World of Final Fantasy, for those who don't remember, was a PlayStation 4/Vita title that released last year at about the same time that Final Fantasy 15 released. They basically ended up competing with each other because of the delay of Final Fantasy 15 into November, and as such, a lot of you may not remember it. It was a nice game. It was Pokemon meets Final Fantasy, with you doing the classic Final Fantasy turn-based style combat, mixed with collecting mirages, leveling them up, evolving them, and essentially trying to catch them all, although they would never actually say that themselves. It was a good title, and it's actually coming out to Steam on November 21st, 2017, which is tomorrow as of the recording of this video. And I do highly recommend that you pick it up if you overlooked it last year because of Final Fantasy 15's launch. I know there's plenty of other RPGs coming out, so, it's going to be a difficult one to pick up again. Not the main topic of this video, though. The latest issue of Famitsu Weekly revealed that they're actually going to be doing a mobile version of the title called World of Final Fantasy Melee for the iOS and Android. It's currently only slated to launch in Japan, and I think that we all who have been waiting for titles like Grandmasters and stuff to maybe make it here to the West, we know it probably won't ever actually make it here to the West. So those of you who like to play Japanese phone games will probably get a lot more mileage out of this announcement than people like me. It's being developed by a company called Dracom, and it's a casual themed title that's different from the previous World of Final Fantasy. You're still going to have that stacking mechanic. You can stack up to 6 smalls, 4 mediums, or 2 larges, and it also says that co-op is going to be possible with other players. Not sure if their stacks will be matching up with yours, or if you're going to be mixing and matching stacks with other players, but that's all the information we have thus far. So, players will have a thing called a Garden Dome, where they can befriend mirages, go on an adventure in other worlds of Vagalan. The original characters that appeared in the previous game will also appear in this one, and the story is told apparently in the style of a manga, which is going to be... Actually, that's kind of interesting. I'm not for or against that. I like that it's a little bit different. Now, they're still going to have Shinji Hashimoto and the director of the PlayStation 4/Vita title, Hiroki Chiba. They're still going to be working on this title as well, and they had a few additional comments from the weekly Famitsu magazine. So they said the copy sold about 800,000 units, which was pretty good for them. I'm sure they didn't expect it to be that much based on when it was launching, what it was launching against, and just the art style kind of putting people off. So 800,000 is a pretty solid number. There were plans for a smartphone release initially. They instead decided to make the game first. They make the first game solid for the consoles and for the Vita, and then they took those same assets, and because that can cut their development costs, they can actually use them for the smartphone version later. Now, the most interesting comment for me is that the World of Final Fantasy series will continue to spread out in the future. Now, spreading out is something that's a little bit strange, because that can mean as much as a relaunch to another console, like we're getting with the PC release of World of Final Fantasy. It could mean that it's spreading outside of Japan for this mobile game. It could mean that there's a sequel being in the works. We have no idea at this point what that actual comment means. I personally am a fan of the game. It had some very clear flaws. I definitely won't shy away from that fact. But for me, it's a classic, It's something that I would proudly say is in my library of Final Fantasy games. So I hope to see a World of Final Fantasy 2 at some point, and I'll probably do a video on, what is it? It's Melee. I'm never going to get used to saying that. I'll probably do a quick video of that like I did for Grandmasters, just to check it out. Also, don't you love living on a busy street in Los Angeles? I got to get a black curtain or something, so that way I can block out the sound. But anyway, that's going to be a wrap for this video. Just wanted to share that information with you and remind you that World of Final Fantasy is coming out on PC tomorrow, November 21st, 2017. On that note, though, I'm going to wrap things up. I will see all you fine ladies and gentlemen in the next video, and until then, take care.